as many as I can. It's time for me to kill. And it's time for me to die.
Well, this sums up the story of the game. Welcome to a short review about the game Hatred. I'm pretty sure most of you heard about this game because there was a lot of controversy after the first trailers were released, and now it's here. If you don't know anything about it, in Hatred you play as a nameless psychopath who wants to die and take as many innocent people with him as he can, and that's pretty much it. But first things first, I managed to play this for about half an hour only, because then I got so bored and I stopped playing, so I can only tell you my first thoughts and impressions that came up while playing this. Well, what do I like? The style of the graphics is pretty nice, you know, all black and white but some colored objects, and also the fire effects and explosions, they look pretty realistic to me. Another point is the destructible environment. As you can see, it just looks neat if it works. And what else? The sounds of the gunfire and explosions are pretty intense, but the music isn't that good in my opinion, because it's just too mellow and quiet for an action game like that. More pros, you ask? You can drive cars if you're brave enough for the steering, which doesn't feel good at all. It's just unrealistic. I assume those were all of the pros that I noticed while playing, so unfortunately, after playing for about 30 minutes, I got the feeling that I had seen everything. This game is just a huge marketing gag. If you saw the trailer, you don't really need to play it yourself. There is no real story, you're just playing as this nameless guy who is pissed and goes on a killing spree. There is no more information about his motives after that short intro, and as I said, not even his name. And even though I like the style of the graphics, there are also some glitches, mostly in the short cutscenes when you execute somebody. And also I already encountered a problem in the tutorial when my next objective wouldn't show up, even though I finished the previous one, and I also got this error later on. The controls are alright, but you have to get used to it, especially when you are trying to hit something precisely. Your bullets often don't hit where the crosshairs are. So the graphics and controls are tolerable, but what I really miss in this game is the fun. You run around and kill people, and that's pretty much it. After some time the cops arrive, but even on the difficult setting the AI isn't intelligent enough to surround and kill you. Sometimes they even try to shoot through walls or run away like the civilians do. If they still manage to hit you, you can heal by performing those brutal executions on the civilians. These scenes are pretty violent, but in contrast to the fatalities in Mortal Kombat, it gets really boring to watch them after a short time. What else? There is no multiplayer, but since the main character doesn't like the company of other people, the only reasonable mode would be deathmatch. But considering the weird controls of the camera, this wouldn't be a lot of fun either. So all in all, would I recommend Hatred? Not at all. There are many games that you can get for this price, or even less. For example, the Postal or Manhunt series, and in contrast to Hatred, those games also feature a story, a working camera, and what I missed the most in Hatred was some kind of dark humor, or at least some ironic undertone.
Your family won't cry for you. They won't survive that long.
For operation support.
So if you really feel the need to kill some innocent people, I'm sure you'll find some fun alternatives that don't harm the reputation of gamers like Hatred does. Even going on a rampage in GTA is 100 times more fun than playing this bullshit. That said, I want to ask you about your opinion about this game, Hatred. Leave me some comments, that would be great, and see you next time. Bye.